Hi everyone, my name is Holly, and today I'm showing you all the physical books I have gotten recently. Now, I have not done a proper book haul in quite a while, so I'm definitely overdue for one. I have a stack here that I am really excited for, and let's go ahead and jump right in. So the first book I have here is Skyborn by David Daglish. I am very thankful to say that I consider David a very good friend of mine, so I really don't mind buying his books to support him, but in general, he is a fantastic storyteller and writer. After loving Soulkeeper and Ravencaller, which I really should move those books over here because they definitely deserve a spot, I want to read more from him. A Dance of Cloaks is another book I want to read from him, and I do have it on my Kindle, so my collection is slowly growing. He's going to be very happy to hear that. I'm still waiting for a signed book though, David. So this is the first book to an adult fantasy series that came out a few years ago, published by Orbit. That collection is also growing at a steady pace. We're following siblings here, which entices me, twins to be specific, who lost their parents at an early age to the constant seraphim battles between the 6 island nations. Despite witnessing their death, the twins are determined to follow in their parents' footsteps and to attend the Seraphim Academy. And once accepted, they train in the ways of the warriors, learning both physical and magic combat. David Daglish, magic school, siblings, like, what a great recipe. It was written for me. My name is obviously in the acknowledgements. So I have been reading a lot more sci-fi than the norm these days. Velocity Weapon, Empire of Silence. I still need to review those books on my channel, actually. I'll be starting to Sleep in a Sea of Stars soon, within the next few days, if I haven't already started it. And even though I have plenty of sci-fi to keep me busy already on my bookshelves, that is not what us book hoarders do. We go out and buy more, so I decided to splurge on myself. Actually, splurge, I'm using that word loosely because I actually bought these used on Amazon for very cheap. And that is the paperback box set of the 3 Body Problem series. That's probably not what it's called. Oh, The Remembrance of Earth's Past? That should be the title of 2020. So this consists of The 3 Body Problem, The Dark Forest, and Death's End. This is a very popular female-fronted hard sci-fi. Big brain sci-fi alert. There's a lot of physics talk, science talk, but the hype talk is what is drawing me in. Just too many people have raved about it for me to let it slide. I do feel like reading along with the audiobook will help me a ton. It is a Chinese sci-fi that was translated into English, which I don't think I've ever experienced before. There's also a lot of political elements that collide with scientific ones. It's also fitting because the spines makes this whole series look like textbooks. It just screams like possible really hard difficulty. But I love me a challenge. You know what? I'm just going to keep confusing everybody and show you more sci-fi. Red Noise by John P. Murphy, which was sent to me from Angry Robot, so thank you so much to them. So this book is set entirely on a space station in the middle of nowhere, following this badass main character with a murky past, and basically has to clean up the mess that is occurring on this space station. So the words Western space have been thrown around in reviews describing this book, and I love Western fantasy. So Western sci-fi sounds like a freaking parade to me. Now this doesn't have intricate politics or a thought-provoking plotline. It's mostly full of explosions, violence. I believe it's a sci-fi that doesn't take itself too seriously, and honestly that sounds fantastic. Also, can we talk about this special hardcover edition? Holy crap, get in my life already. Let's continue with another adult sci-fi. Are you watching the right channel? Am I the same person? Noffic Gloss? I'm not sure how you say that word. I'm probably sounding like a freaking idiot. But another adult sci-fi. Fantasy is like 90% of my library, let's be honest, but it is nice to see sci-fi making its rounds lately. I really feel like it's been getting good rep and expanding on BookTube, and I'm super happy about that, especially since Essa's debut is releasing in November. This was a surprise copy from Orbit Books, and I'm so pumped for it. So this claims to be a space opera, and I word it like that because the first sister scarred me. This is following a young man whose planet is destroyed, and he sets out on a single-minded quest for revenge across the galaxy. It definitely sounds space opera, so we obviously have a classic revenge story here, but in space, which just amplifies it even more. But then it also mentions a crew of misfit aliens. Like, get out of here, Six of Crows. We don't need you no more. I'm really excited about this one. It's so hard not to pick it up right now, but I know I should probably wait until closer to its release date, so all the way until freaking November. But, I mean, that time will go by really fast. I mean, it's already freaking September, but I want to do a proper review for it. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do a Should You Read It episode for this one, because I totally will. I haven't hauled this much sci-fi in such a long time. So this next book is going to trigger a lot of people. Valor by John Gwynne. I know what you're thinking. How the hell do I have the nerve to buy the sequel to Malice without having read it first? This series has become a meme at this point among you guys because I've been saying I'm going to read it for 2 years now. But hey, maybe there's a reason why I bought this to have it on hand, if you get what I'm putting down. A very popular adult fantasy series that all of my friends have read except for me. That is changing sooner than you think. That's all of the ominous messages I can give. A Crown of Cold Silver by Alex Marshall. Man, I have had this book in the back of my mind since the beginning of my channel, honestly. I seriously spot it every now and then at like bookstores. It'd pop up in recommendations on Amazon. So I decided to test fate and I got myself a copy. So the story begins with a destroyed town and a woman who swears revenge against the person who did it. Only instead of just being some random woman, she's actually a retired general believed to be dead. She's forced to come out of hiding when the massacre occurs. I believe it follows other characters as well, so we have multiple perspectives, but this just sounds like a very me book, and I probably should have purchased it sooner. The last 2 books of this book haul are actually YA fantasy, and the first one is Markswoman. I actually remember when this first released, and it definitely made its rounds hype-wise. This does not have the best reviews, but you should never simply listen to a low average rating because, I mean, you could love it. You never know, so I really want to give it a chance because it sounds so cool. So our protagonist here is Kyra, a markswoman, and she is part of a sisterhood of elite warriors who are trained to protect and enforce the laws of this post-apocalyptic world. It literally promises magic-wielding assassins, and if that doesn't get your reader blood pumping, then we can't be friends. I just gotta be honest. This last book I'm just going to mention really quickly because I have actually hauled the arc of it a few months ago, and that's Prelude for Lost Souls. Fierce Reads surprised me with this beautiful finished copy. It is so stinking cool. There's no dust jacket. It's gold, it's shiny. The synopsis is actually printed in the book. It's a bit of a creepy book, kind of a Halloween sounding read. It takes place in a town where most people make their living by talking to the dead. It officially came out in August, so if you're interested in it, you can snag yourself a copy. So that is it for my book haul, but not the end of this video because we gotta haul this heavy August Owlcrate. You can use my code Holly on your very first subscription to save some money. Now let's open this up because I am so freaking curious. The theme for this crate was written in the stars. The very first item is this pink box, and inside is this. It is a glass star container with little push pins inside. It's really cute. It has like this cork stopper on top. Ooh, that's satisfying. I don't know why I smelled it. Up next is this headband. So this was created by Fern and Ink, and it is Strange the Dreamer inspired. It's like kind of this greenish color. It's really pretty. It is 100% satin. And then we have the monthly pin, which looks like that. It is a pretty purple flower. I really like the name of the designer who made this pin, Band of Weirdos. Interesting. Oh god, I can't reach this next item. Ugh. Ugh. It's a clipboard. I've noticed this box is very like back to school, and I like that. That was very smart of them. This is Aurora Rising. You shine brighter than any constellation in the sky. Up next we have a book sleeve, and this is inspired by The Starless Sea, which I haven't read yet. Oh my goodness. We Are All Stardust and Stories. It's really pretty. I'm pretty sure I know what the book is, and everything is themed so well around it. I love that. The material feels really nice, and it's not like bulky or too small. It just fits like every book perfectly. Up next we have a pen. So yeah, it's very back to school related. It has a little star on top. I don't know if you can see that or not. Now let's just write something. I just wrote my autograph, so if any of you want it, it's $1 million. This book is so pretty. Okay, so the book of the month is Star Daughter. You can't even see it. It's so dark. I'm gonna have to like get closer and brighten up the screen, but that's what it looks like. It is so freaking shiny, and it has purple sprayed edges. Let's see what it looks like naked. If there's anything, might not be. Nope, it's just plain black. This is so different than the original. I'll post a picture of the original right here, and you can definitely see the difference. I think the other one is very yellow toned, and this one they went with a purple tone. Also, that spine. Wow. That is going to really stand out on my bookshelf. We have the author letter, and also it is signed. I'm so excited to read this actually. So if you want to get your own box by using my code Holly, you can get a blanket in the next box, which is A Glorious Haunting. I would not miss this box if I were you. It sounds freaking amazing, and the book that's going to be in it, I'm pretty sure, is a book I'm really excited for. And it's gonna have a blanket in it, like, so worth the money, especially by using my code to save. That is it for everything in the box, and that is it for my video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up. It helps me out so much. Go ahead and subscribe. I upload videos every single week. Follow me on Instagram at Holly Hearts Books and on Twitter at Holly Niece. And until we meet again, happy reading.